Hello everybody, welcome to another Salem 2 video. Today we're doing a post-commentary video, so a little bit different from my normal games. So usually I do like live commentary like while the game's actually going on, but this game has already happened, I already know how it ends, but it was a very funny game. Anyways, we decided to jail 15 tonight, and well, 15's kind of silent anyways, but the list is rainbow, so everybody's evil anyways. I was kind of a little bit worried that they were SK, but anyways, nothing really happens. So I'm going to speed up for tonight a little bit because like they don't talk in. Well, I'm usually a quiet jailer. Anyways, good thing is it slows down like once it gets to like the next phase of the day now, so I don't have to like constantly mess with this change speed. So anyways, Plague Bearer dies, kind of normal in this kind of list because Plague Bearer doesn't have defense. Anyways, what's very important is 4 here. They're the one claiming any red tree. Now 4 is going to have like a really good game. And I also can hear whispers. Now I say 4, you're going to carry town, okay? And you know what? They will. But also another thing to note is I can hear whispers, so because of that, I'm actually able to say 4 layered on, so you can kind of see that. But anyways, I say to get 12 because I don't want 4 to die because I know 4 is probably like actually red tree. So I'm just doing 12 because like um I want anybody but 4 to get up. So yeah, I'm pushing 12 and it's kind of slow here. And I'm like I decided like I would jail 12 because if 12 doesn't get up, I probably want to execute them because if they're able, then they're probably going to target me. But anyways, we finally get them up. I'm kind of like happy. And I changed my mind on who to jail. I decided to jail 8. And yeah, so I can re-whisper, so for saying that they're not Jester and they really want to die at night. Anyways, I decided to go through this, and yeah, even 8 is confused, but 4 is still claiming red tree, so I know I want to keep 4 alive. Anyways, so Ace says that, hey, I got you tonight because it was planning on killing 4, but since I can read whispers, I don't want 8 to kill 4, so I end up killing 8 here, which I was already selecting, so I didn't really have to change anything. So I'm going to jail 8 to protect 4. Also, another thing to note is that I pushed 12 and they're actually veterans, so that kind of sucked, but anyways, I jail 8, and obviously instantly decide to execute because everybody in this list is going to be evil. And like I said, because I can see whispers, I was like, no killing Retri because well, I didn't want Retri to die because that's like an extra teammate. Also, I guess it's not showing here, but like one of the modifiers was Ghost Town, which will come into play like later, but obviously since this is like a post game, it doesn't actually show. But anyways, I die early on, but good news is I got rid of 8, who would have killed 4. So now that I'm dead, my main job is to try to get 4 as far as possible. And anyways, I'm going to speed through the deaths since they're kind of like all pointless for the most part. But yeah, there's the serial killer. Serial killer was going to kill 4, but I blocked that. Then there's me. And then we also got arsonist. But yeah, some things like Yeah, and then 6 saying Jailer LP, and then I'm like, Jailer is dead because I'm dead. And then, and I guess Six was expecting any to be Jester, but obviously it's Retributionist for his Retri. Anyways, I want Ford to live and suffer. Well, Jailer can kill anyone and be right. He done so mad. I was going to scratch Ford's back. Anyways, I also say Ford gets slipped. Anyways, my main thing is like, I'm okay with getting anybody but 4. I say 2 ghosts and then 2 is like, okay, we hang 4 and it's like, that gives me more of a reason just to get 2 out. 2 trying to push 4, and like I said, a ghost voted too, so obviously that's what I did. I'm the ghost that voted. Anyways, it's kind of slow. I forget if we actually get... Okay, yeah, we got it like just in time. So 2 gets up, protect 4 for another day. I believe this gets guilty, and I can just kind of speed through it since in Rainbow you don't usually defend yourself that much. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just speeding for this part. Anyways, 2 gets out. 2 is angry at Ghost because, well, not many of us voted, but because I was like the only Ghost that voted like early on, but either way, I get 2 out. Beneficial for me. Anybody that is in town is good. So four is still alive, like surprisingly. And yeah, messing with 4 is the reason for death. So I'm kind of like carrying 4 for dead chat at least somewhat. At least making sure that like we're not pushing 4. And I think other people tried to team up with me too to keep 4 alive. Anyways, going fast forward through the night since I'm like dead and therefore I'm not doing anything anyways. And I can also speak for the deaths. So SK they DC'd. Um doesn't really matter that much. Again, the important thing is 4 is still alive. Nobody else died though. Anyways, I just say to get 9 next because I'm fine with like almost anyone that's like not 4 anyways, so and I don't believe like 3 is a threat and I want the game to end as like quickly as possible so that way 4 is less likely to die. The longer the game goes on, the more likely that the arsonist will had douse 4 at some point and just ignite them. So obviously don't want 4 to die. Anyways, pushing 9. I'm obviously 1. I believe the ghost is me pushing 9. Again, anybody but 4. Good thing about Rainbow is it's really easy to get people to vote the way you want usually, as long as you're just like somewhat active. So if you say like, oh, I want to get 2 up, all you gotta do is say vote 2 and then most people will follow. The only risk that you run with being kind of like more loud is that you're more likely to die at night. So like when I was pushing 12, I died like twice. So usually you only want to do that when you have defense. Versus if you don't, then usually you want to be more passive, not draw attention to yourself. Because Werewolf is incentivized to go on people that are more active because they're more likely to have more visitors. But anyways, since I'm already dead, it doesn't matter, so I can just say to get like anybody. So yeah, getting 9. And the good thing is, a couple other people are kind of like agreeing that they want 4 to live because 4 is good for Doomsayer, which obviously I don't really want 4 to die to Doomsayer, but if it's the reason that they keep 4 alive in the meantime, that's good. Anyways, nighttime going to speak for this because again, I'm already dead, so nothing I can really do. Anyways, Doomsayer ends up dying, which is fine for the most part because, I mean, at least it wasn't 4. Because again, we want 4 to live. And then the other Doomsayer died. I forgot about this, but both of them ended up dying. So they're both out. Down to the final 4, and 4 is still alive, despite wanting to die like the entire time. I think I can still filter this. Yeah, they're just so angry that they just haven't died yet. Like, they want to die and then they'll want to die, but we're keeping 4 alive. Anyways, I don't think... Yeah, I didn't really actively push anyone here. 13 says to hang 14. 2 says to hang 4. But now I'm like saying, no, not 4. Because obviously, again, I still want 4 to win because, well, the Retri, they're the only town left, so of course I don't want them to die. So, I say 14 goes. Sadly my G key doesn't really work the best, so, sometimes it doesn't actually input properly, so 14 O's. But anyways, since, who was it? 13 1 and 14 gone, and 14 isn't, well, 4, I was fine with it. Anyways, woods are kind of slow, so I'm going to speed up a little bit. But anyways, nothing ends up happening, so it's nighttime, we're dead, so again, I'm going to speed up for this. I can do it properly. But yeah, I'm like pretty sure it was going to be an Arsonist win, but to my surprise, Arsonist dies to Berserker, which was used by a Necromancer, obviously. Because it is a CL game, CL probably just changed themselves into Necro. And then, so 5 dies to Necro, and then I believe 14 and 15 died to Arsonist, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so 14 died to Arsonist, and I think 15 did too, but I don't exactly remember. Anyways, since I can do this now, that's Necro, and then I just revealed the rule. They were Retributionists the entire time. They're the only one that survived, and they can't even do anything, but they won despite everything. So 4 basically won a game of Rainbow as Retributionist, like solo practically, because I mean I died way too early and so did the vet. But anyways, it was like such a crazy game that I had to like do a post commentary video just because I did not expect this to happen. But anyways, that's it for this video. If you guys liked it, please subscribe, and if you want to join in on the custom games, there's going to be a server link post down below for you to join. Anyways, bye.